north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the New York Giants. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. A good push there from that offensive line as Sanders able to take that forward for a gain of about 6 on first down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 12. And it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside, but let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. The Giants' 20-yard line.
On second down, it's Sanders, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Oh, ball. That's our ball.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. The drive will start with an option going left. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Jake Elliott on the field goal. A 24-yard.
And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job standing. Their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Jones looking for Shepard deep. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Greg Ward deep for Philadelphia. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Looking deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? With the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Danny Shelton muscles his way in for the sack. Here's the Eagles' new punter for 2021, Aaron Siposs, to punt it away. Kadarius Toney deep for the Giants. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Jones. And he rifles one incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything to hold on to it. And a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, Go long. Go get it, big man.
And if we turn to the next-gen stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour. So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Eagles! Dallas got him. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones throwing deep for Galladay. And this one is incomplete. These 2 teams have met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series. Second and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try and make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Looking to throw. Jones. This one is Slayton over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down, here's Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They go play action with Hurts. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 19. This one out quickly to Watkins. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy. To throw on 2nd and 6. Hurts. And one more time, that's Watkins. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. And looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it. They are, but with that last drive, they'll culminate in a touchdown. I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Jones. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The end result, 21 yards. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Gano for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
14, Eagles 7.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind. But
Hurts fumbles it, and the Giants have it. It's picked up, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. Back to throw. Jones. The quick slant caught. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Barkley. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
Giants 21, Eagles 7.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Here's a give to Barkley. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Saquon Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
It's easy work, and it's coming.
And Gano's kick is right through. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Hurts. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. Going deep here for Watkins. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Jake Elliott for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought the first half, it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll run on first down. Barkley, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Barkley. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try the option right here on 3rd down. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 41 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
And the Giants first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Off play action. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. That's complete to Tony. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He'll check this one down to Gainwell. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And that is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, not a terribly big fella at 6'1", but his arms got plenty of life to it, and that was a thing of beauty there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, that's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
51 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Jones on 1st and 10. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one. A nice game.
Now Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And that'll be caught by Tony. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Here's Hurts to throw. Open right side, complete to Rager. 7 yards, the pickup there.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Chris Watkins with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Eagles are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Elliott on for the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Elliott now to kick this one away. And And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing, Jones. Completes it to Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point try good by Gano. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down now, Barkley. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 64 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Ingram. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. It's Barkley on the counter. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's caught by Galladay. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
On first down, Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's complete to Slayton. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. Gano now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll go to Barkley again. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. That 2nd down play nets a -4. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Barkley. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins there to make the grab. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Hurts will throw. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll run on first down. Barkley, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take over here up near the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up